We can't sit back and wait for divine intervention. We have to face the fact that today, if God is going to act, he's going to have to act through people. And the Iranian people understand that. They rose up in 2009. And what happened? The people in positions of leadership elsewhere in the world did nothing. We have an obligation now to make sure that we get those in our own day who are in a position to do something about it to act and not to rely on divine intervention. And first on the list of those we have to get to act is my own government. We gave our word in 2003. We gave our word that the people of Ashraf would be treated as protected persons under the Geneva Convention. We distributed ID cards.
You know, I wanted to talk a little bit about how much the United States has in common with MEK and how much, as you heard, our leadership should understand that, which has been part of our frustration, but part of our mission also to make that education happen. June 25th, 1996, we'll have an anniversary coming up in a short time of the Khobar bombing. The Khobar bombing, as you remember, took place in the eastern province of Saudi Arabia. 19 American airmen were murdered as a direct result of a plot and a conspiracy hatched in Tehran, carried out by the Hezbollah in Saudi Arabia, just as the Hezbollah today is carrying out the regime's mission in Syria and other places. That plot was formed at the highest levels of the Iranian government. The Hezbollah operatives got their passports in the Iranian embassy in Damascus. The money was provided by General Sharifi, who was an IRGC leader. And the United States never reacted to those murders and that incredible act of terrorism.
You know, the United States has made a promise. We signed a contract with the residents first of Camp Ashraf and now of Camp Liberty that in exchange for giving up their inherent right to defend their families and themselves, in exchange for giving up that right, they would be protected by the United States of America. They have not been protected against attack. We have not protected them. The UN has not protected them. We have exposed them to violence, to death, and to injury. I don't have to go over the inventory of death that we've seen, how many have died, how many have been injured, and God forbid how many are yet to suffer the consequences of our breach of morality and legality to people who gave up their right of self-defense.
I salute them, who bravely stood up against the vicious regime of Iran and had fought till the end of their lives. Like many young students and youth groups of our organization, and also the young students in Iran, we all strive for justice and freedom. Freedom of having a voice, freedom of all the corruption and dictatorship that the Iranian regime is all about. Freedom for those who had suffered and are still suffering today under torture and executions in the prison of Iran. If the youth are representing the future of Iran, if the youth are representing the voices of Iranians all over the world,